see what I've talked about tires before, and the problem with tires is that tires, the more the solid amount of solid tire touches the ground, usually the better grip it has. There is a problem though that it doesn't let water as much through. This means the water can build up beneath the tire and make it slip, and causing it not to work as well in bad weather. But we're still talking about fully solid tires as some of them 3D printed. What if some of these 3D printed tires were porous, so we had little microstructures that were air in, or we're using material that lets water in? Therefore, you can have a solid tire with a lot of it contact and gripping the ground, but the water could just simply go through the tire or go more into the inner of the tire and slip out the back, instead of having all these huge grooves. And you could evacuate much more water faster, so less of a drawback. You could even make it so it has something called capillary accents, which is when you have very small holes, like in a towel, and water is drawn through the thing, whereas actively water hits this thing, is sucked in, then it's accelerated by the tire spinning and gushes out the back, propelling it out faster than before, and making it work on water. And then you could grip forward and move on water, kind of like a powder boat. The advantage of a solid tire too is that it's more durable. You don't have to worry about stuff puncturing it as much. It can hold more weight. Potentially, you could also redirect vibrations better, because instead of having, you can make it so that any vibration that hits here deforms the tire instead of in a more predictable way, so it stays the same height, but deforms it here so it's more, spreads out more in that way and propels itself better with less loss of friction and more grip. So there's a lot of advantages of it, but we'll see. And it can also be a little more solid, and solid things, they warp less, and the warping actually on the tire can cause a couple % loss of fuel efficiency. A way of also building these ones, I think, in the future that would be good is that you can imagine that you could have this whole thing, if it's 3D printed, a spray-on version where you design a tire that is, you first put in the wheel, that's a very small line, you put in the wheel housing made of metal, and that's an ugly thing, and then you spray on one type of material here, you spray hold one type of material here, and so on, and have dryers and stuff on here. So special 3D printer with mobile heads, you can spin the tire thing and layer, but you can have different heads have different chemicals or plastics to make it more different things. Like you have some plastics that help with the moisture drawing, some that give it more strength, some that give it more grip, and different layers, or you can have ones that speed up the drawing or something like that. And also you can have it inspect the tires at the same time it's making it, quality control. And just rapidly make one. And the same printer can make different types of tire for different types of cars very easily. Well, thank you very much for listening. Please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers in a year and 4,000 watch hours, which is really hard, but with your help, I think you can do it. Again, thank you very much. Goodbye.